Welcome, MSHT students and health communication students, to the CCBC library. My name is Terry Gallagher. I'm the reference librarian here at CCBC, and I'm always glad to speak to this class. It's always a good experience. So, why are you in the library when you are health science students? Well, I want to teach you how to search the library for the best resources for your assignments in healthcare, whether we're physical or virtual. As you know, we've been going back and forth this year, and we want you to be prepared and know that we're here for you no matter what mode we're using in the classroom. So, why do you want to use the library resources? For credibility. The library has gathered resources that will get you the A's and especially the better information for health issues. So that's why when we want you to come to us to get to find out how to research in your subjects, especially for this assignment on a healthcare issue. So I wanted to point out right here, this is at ccbc.edu and a picture of the library if you've never been there. Again, we're virtual right now, but hopefully we'll be seeing you here soon, and we want to show you where the library pages are and what all is available. If you have any questions from home, you can just go to the library web pages, and we have a chat that runs. It's not manned by anyone except library staff. So you're talking directly to CCBC. So if you have questions, if you need help with your assignments, any kind of campus questions, you can just click on our chat. Sometimes it will say offline. If it does, don't worry. Go ahead, put your question in, make sure you put your email or contact number, and we can get back to you because offline messages go straight to the library staff emails. So we're here for you no matter what. Now, we like you to use the physical library when we're in session because you can get your printing there. That's figured in. You don't have to pay. It's figured in with your tuition. We'll show you how to get the most bang for your buck and print pages front and back, or if you have slide PowerPoints, how to get several on a page. So just ask. We can show you that, and that's what we're here for. Also, as far as the library, whether we're physical or virtual, you can have academic coaching. I always tell students use our academic coaches. They're absolutely spectacular. They have that knack for helping you improve your grades with your assignments. So I'm always saying, even if you think this is an A paper, let them look at it. You can do this virtually by contacting student.success@ccbc.edu and getting a virtual appointment or submitting your paper, or once the library is open, it's first come, first served. We have reading rooms. You can sign out with your library card. Our library card works with all the county libraries. We have an academic collection, but we share all the libraries' collections in Beaver County and the law library. So that makes it especially helpful and widens your resources. Also in the library, we have supportive services, which can help you if you are coming through OVR, or if you had an IEP and past learning experiences, if you have any kind of medical condition or special conditions, just stop in and see if you qualify for supportive services, because they will make accommodations for you. Sometimes that includes longer test times. And if you need any kind of other even physical supports, there are soundproof booths back there when we're open too. And again, the county library services and having your card also opens you to more state materials. So there's a whole world out there for you, and I just wanted you to know about that. Also, I wanted to tell you that after 12 credits here, if you have a 3.5, you'll get a letter in the mail inviting you to join the Honor Society, Phi Theta Kappa. I would always tell you to join because there's an opportunity for scholarships there, and it also looks very good on your resume. So, what do you need in your medicine bag today? You just need to know whatever you use to get on Blackboard, that username and your password, and what you use for your CCBC email. And that'll get you wherever you need to go. If you need a library card, we ask you to physically come in and have your CCBC photo ID. But right now with virtual, you just send me an email. I can look up your information and make sure you get a card number so you're able to not even use your home, leave your home, and we'll get you fixed up for resources. If you already have a card in the county, you're all set and ready to go. So, why do we want you to come to the library when your interest is medical? The information, as I started to say earlier, is all reviewed and edited. It's vetted for scholars, and that's what you are. We want you to use the proven information. It's also very organized, and I know many of you are working jobs, have family, especially in this class. I see superheroes, they're juggling it all. Our resources are available 24/7 as far as virtually, and they're free to CCBC students. We try to purchase databases and pools of information that are specific to your disciplines. So today we're very briefly going to talk books, print journals, and magazines because right now that is not something that's always available. And we want to make sure that you know that it's there when we're open, but we want to get you started on using virtual research sources properly, and you can really supplement your assignments with that. If you do happen to need books, we can get them from the other libraries in the county, as I said. They circulate. We have deliveries when we're open 3 and 4 times a week between the libraries. So we have the items that circulate that are available. We can have them delivered to CCBC when you're coming to class on campus, or we can have them delivered to if you live in Ambridge, the Ambridge Library, Beaver, the Beaver Library. Want to make it convenient for you, and that's the same with all the resources. You can drop them off if you have you're going to the grocery in Rochester, drop them off at the Rochester Library. This is all about making the resources available and your life easier. So we do have some non-circulating items. Our newspapers and magazines and hard copy journals and reference books are used in the library. But again, that's just a quick overview. If you're more interested in books as we come back to campus, please come see me. I'll be doing some small videos looking at how to get books. I'll show you very quickly where the library pages are, but again, we're going to talk more about virtual resources. So if we go to the library page, and this is how I want to start you to get there. ccbc.edu. Okay, you're at the CCBC general website under Campus Life, and that's where you find the library. Welcome to your library. And again, there's that chat message live right now. These are the pages, virtual library hours. We'll have the physical hours when that happens. If you were looking for books, you would go to research tools, and there would be our library catalog of books, searching for physical books. But we're going to go to another area today, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. But right now, we're going to go back and talk a little bit more about searching. And again, we're not going to talk about searching books right now, but as you can see, we have an extensive collection when you do come into the library. You don't have to remember Dewey Decimal by any means. That's my job. But these are the areas for health and communication. And if you can count from 0 to 999, don't let a library Dewey system intimidate you. It's mathematical order, and I'm glad to take you there. Another thing that might be of interest to you is we do get hard copy journals. Journals are very high-end quality medical field information. We have several titles, I think 12 or 13 titles geared toward nursing and the medical field, and you can utilize those for your assignments. But I can show you how to get those online so you don't even have to make a trip in. I do want to talk a little bit about the hierarchy of the types of sources that you use now. What sources are more valuable? There are sources now that you're going to have to start making choices. With a lot of times with health communication, you're going to be able to use some popular resources. However, with any kind of nursing, biology, any other your rad tech programs, any kind of that specific information that you're using that has to do with healthcare, you can no longer use popular resources. You're going to use something called scholarly sources. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit and also advise you to watch another video about the difference between popular and scholarly. Popular is what we all see, those magazines that are in the doctor's office, WebMD is popular. That means that it's not peer reviewed. It's not reviewed by experts and torn apart and checked through studies for its credibility. So popular resources are your newspapers, your magazines, as I said, like WebMD, or Field and Stream, or National Geographic. Those can be credible sources, but they're not at the height of credibility. And as you become scholars, again, you're going to lean away from those popular resources and gravitate toward the scholarly sources. And once you're in actual healthcare classes, only scholarly is acceptable. So you can see these real easily just by opening up the magazine. If you see an article that's written by one person, it's more than likely popular. If it's brief, it's more than likely popular. So it's at that lower end of credibility. If there's advertisements, if it's pretty, if it's published regularly, you can get it for $60 a year, then it's popular. When you start looking at scholarly sources, you're going to see longer articles, and they're going to be written by 3-4 scholars. And we're going to see this in a bit when we search the databases. They'll have those letters after their names, with Masters of Nursing or PhDs. They're written by people who are already experts in the field, and they're doing studies. What does that mean to you to use those? It means you're getting the higher level information. You're sifting through and finding what is the latest, the best information. And that's what gets you A's. And you can apply that to all disciplines. So when you look at a journal, like the physical ones that are in the library, or the ones that we're going to look through in the databases, you see these qualities. They're usually not too pretty to look through, but they are the best information. And the one thing that I do want to mention is when you're looking for information for healthcare subjects, You want to stay within the 5-year range. They say 3 to 5 years. I always say when you're talking about something that is more cutting edge, um, like the opiate epidemic. We all know how that's hit Western Pennsylvania. You want to go to 3 years or 2 years, but you definitely have to stay within 5 years. But you want the latest information. So now that you're students of healthcare and scholars, you have to keep that in mind. So I'm going to show you some places that are already set on the CCBC website. It's called Course Specific Resources, that when you start your paper, you can go to this area of the website and have a launch pad to get into these very credible resources. So what we're going to do is I'm going to back out again because I like to practice going to CCBC a couple times. So you go to ccbc.edu, not just CCBC, but taking you right into your library, Campus Life Library. And there's the chat, main page information, and then these are the other library pages. So the one place I'd like you to look is course-specific resources. Now, this information has been gathered over the years by librarians and professors to help you get started on your assignment and find that credible start instead of going out there on Google and seeing .coms that are often just there to make money. You want to have the good sources for your assignments so you get good grades and you have that powerful information behind you. The one thing, these are listed by discipline and it's alphabetical. A lot of different colleges call them LibGuides. We don't have the LibGuide format, but we do have little sections of information that is very, very good information. So we start with biology. And I did want to point out that we used to have pages for citation and reference. For most healthcare classes, you're going to be using APA. So if you use APA, here is information right here that can help you on citing your sources. That'll help you give that address to your professor and to others who read your papers about where you get the information. If you have an English class, you're going to be using MLA, and some professors allow either. These are some other sources. But now we're going down through some of the other disciplines. And for healthcare and MSHT, you're going to nursing. So you scroll, I'm taking you on a Kennywood ride here. Don't get dizzy. You can scroll down to the ends. And there we have information, library information for orientation for nursing students that will apply to you, how to use academic ebooks. And in addition, I have the classes instruction. This instruction will be posted there. But the one thing I wanted you to look at are approved websites that you can use when you're looking up information on your healthcare topic. And these are places that you will find what I said, that higher end information. So I want you to be just tuck that in your mind that that's out there sitting. You don't have to remember these websites, but they're here. In fact, when I just went on to show you CCBC, PubMed was up. And that's when I can just show you real quickly one of our favorites for looking up information through the journals. And you can do parameters, and if you were doing the opiate epidemic, do searches there. Okay, so there are things you can do on the web. I just want you to go to the specific, highly credible information. You're going to EDUs, you're going to .govs. You be careful with .org. Some can be good, but you have to analyze it. You have to do your due diligence and make sure they're credible. So anyhow, we're going to go back here. And as I said, I'm going to recommend a supplemental video after we finish this up right here. And then we're going to do part 2. So, and if you have any questions, remember you can chat with me. You can call the library, and even if we're not in the library, it will go to our emails and email me at terry.gallagher@ccbc.edu or library@ccbc.edu. We really want to help you with your projects. So these are some of those websites that are out there at course specific under the library. And there's also, since many of you are also like in the health communication class, remember the TED Talks are a great resource. Now that's a popular resource, unlike the CDC and PubMed. Those are going to offer scholarly studies, but you know, in the health communications, you can blend both or use popular as a foundation for your assignments. So thank you very much. I'll let you watch that next video, and then we'll go to part 2 of your library instruction.